I'm Debbie Hudson, and I'm continuing my topic of how education and poverty are intertwined. I became a single parent when my daughter was 11 years old. I know as a single mom, I worried about how I was going to pay for her college education. I may not have ever considered us a statistic of poverty, but now that I've done the research, I realize that we were. But my daughter was one of the lucky ones. I pushed her on grades, hoping for an academic scholarship, thinking that was the only way that she could attend college. She did earn that scholarship, but it wasn't nearly enough to cover tuition and books. Fortunately, during her first semester of college, a friend of mine told me about FAFSA, which we applied and qualified for. The federal Pell Grants that we received covered what her scholarships didn't and allowed her to graduate. I think that's why I'm so passionate about this topic. I want to provide the same knowledge and educational opportunities that were given to me and my daughter to those students currently living in poverty who have little or no hope of a college degree. Being a statistic of poverty should not prevent anyone from attending college if they know the financial options that are available to them. The Children's Defense Fund tells us that today in America, 1 in 5 children live in poverty, and in Texas, nearly 1 in 9 children live in extreme poverty. The poverty line, according to the 2011 U.S. Census Bureau, is a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children under the age of 18 that earns less than $23,000 a year. In most of these families, children have parents who work full-time, but low wages and unstable employment leave families struggling to make ends meet. Today, it takes 2 full-time minimum wage jobs just to pay rent in a 2-bedroom apartment in Texas and still have enough left over for food, utilities, and other necessities. Education is a crucial pathway out of poverty, and yet in 2013, 72% of Texas 4th grade public school students were unable to read at grade level, and 59% were unable to compute at grade level. Similarly, children that live below the poverty line are 1.3 times more likely to have developmental delays or learning disabilities than those who don't. New studies from the Southern Education Foundation show that nearly half of all U.S. public school students live in poverty. Poverty is the most relevant factor in determining a person's educational journey. Imagine not having food to eat every day, no bed to sleep in, or in many cases, no roof over your head. The National Center for Children in Poverty reports that several innovative two-generation programs that support the well-being and life chances of both children and parents are being developed and tested. Young children are enrolled in high-quality preschool programs while their parents receive education and training in high-demand jobs that help move families toward greater economic security. So now we are trying to catch these children and their parents in preschool and early education programs, but we must follow through with high school and college and giving them the information they need to succeed. There are scholarship programs dedicated to servicing the needs of particular student groups such as women and minorities and students from low-income families and disadvantaged backgrounds. These scholarships programs have been developed to motivate and support college-age students who may not otherwise have the resources or the inclination to pursue a college education. What sets these programs apart from more traditional scholarship opportunities is the fact that they are based on a student's background and personal history. Also, free, app- free application for federal student aid, FAFSA, is one of the easiest ways of receiving financial aid for college. After providing the government with information about one's financial status, students will receive a report detailing their eligibility for a number of financial aid programs, including the most widespread grant, the federal Pell Grant. The federal Pell Grant will be awarded to students based on financial need, and full or part-time status without regard to one's academic standing. These grants do not have to be paid back. This is a free application and can be found on the web at fafsa.edu.gov. Conversely, federal Stafford and Perkins loans are funds that have to be repaid. Students who cannot secure sufficient funds through grants, scholarships, and savings may look to federal loans as an alternative to the more expensive, higher interest private student loans. Private student loans should be the last resort, as they will offer a higher interest rate than federal student loans. Information about any of these options can be found by contacting the financial aid office at the college of your choice. Two-generation programs have helped both parents and young children learn to better regulate their emotions, curb distractions and disruptions, make better decisions, and, for children, raise their academic achievement. These two-generation training programs help move parents towards greater economic security, but what if, at the same time, we could also educate the parents on the options available for funding college degrees for their children? If we could teach them about scholarships, FAFSA, and the loans available, they could educate their children, breaking the cycle of poverty, therefore creating a brighter and more rewarding future. After all, parents are their children's best teachers. I'm asking you to support these programs and our youth because this is the best chance we can give our youth to be successful in life. Thank you.